Alright, good morning, Cadre. We're back today for another Bad Blade series, and we're continuing using the different Dorco blades that are out there. We just wrapped up the 300 and the 301. If you guys saw that, I determined there was no discernible difference between the two, so I rated them both as one and gave it a good rating based off the fact that I was able to get a good shave. It was comfortable, it was close, but it didn't go to that next level for me to where that I could consistently get like BBS shaves at a comfortable spot. But it was still a good shave, so if I ever saw them for an extremely good price, I would consider possibly picking them up because they are a good blade. But today, more importantly, we are going to use the Dorco Prime blades. I did have a pack of these. I've used one of them. There's 9 left in here. Used one a long time ago. So Dorco Prime, and the way that it's in one of those containers where you slide it out. So let's take a look at the blade while we load it up. It's a nice travel container, so it is wrapped like this. Focuses. So it says Dorco Prime Platinum on it, and they're really trying to, like, I think, engage the community that wet shaves. So it has a little mustache on it, different, above the eye in Prime. And here's the blade. I know you might not be able to tell real well, but that text is actually like a bluish color. It's not just black. So a little bit more thought, I think, has gone into these blades. So we'll load it up into the timeless real quickly here. What I remember from the one time I used this blade is that I liked it. I thought it was a good blade. Kind of, I think Dorco's trying to redeem some of their statements that have been made about them in the wet shaving community with this blade, but we will find out. All right. Same software setup as I'm continuing that 3017, so I'm going to go ahead and pause you guys, and I'm going to build my lather, and we'll be right back to talk more about this blade. Alright, just forgot to mention I'm using my Sterling fan, finest fan in the butterscotch handle. I really like Sterling's Badger knots. Just a real quick plug, since he is a vendor at Sterling. He's got some in his that are seconds in his sale area of the website. If you guys want to try a good Badger brush without having to break the bank, I recommend going and picking up one of his Badger brushes. Top quality. I mean, it's not usurping my Paladin knot by any means, but I would argue that it is better than a couple of my Shave Mac knots. So, just something to keep in mind. Anyways, back to this. So, I have this ready to go. Already, I'll just say this already, without even completing a full stroke, I can tell that this blade is smoother than the previous Dorcos that I was using. So, this blade is made by Dorco, which is the South Korean company. However, in the bottom here, it says made in Vietnam. So these blades are for sure made in the Vietnam plant. On the Dorco website, they refer to it as their STP 301 Dorco Prime. So, from what I gathered by reading on Dorco's website, now mind you, I read it in the English one, and I also went to the Korean one and translated it. It's of my belief that it's the same, they use the same steel within the blades here and their regular 301. However, what it comes down to is that these ones are platinum coated and then they have a double Teflon coating on it that they claim is for smoothness and longevity. I would say right off the bat, definitely smoother than the 301 and the 300 that I used in the last week. No pulling at all. Actually, rather quite comfortable. Really good. Really, really, really good. All right, gonna pause you guys and I'll be right back. Okay, so while I was rinsing there, I noticed I still felt a tiny bit more stubble than I normally feel after one pass on one of my favorite blades. On my favorite blades. So maybe, I don't know, time will tell as we continue to use this blade. Maybe the double Teflon coating is making the blade smoother, but one of the things I didn't address, so you aren't getting that sharpness feel, I mean what's the word I used? Resistance feel when you're going across your face, but it's still just not cutting as much or as close. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. It's kind of the way my face felt after rinsing after the first pass I felt. Now, I will say, as I'm checking here, I am feeling smoother now. So maybe it is also more efficient. It just needs the multiple passes to get you there, obviously. I'll say, and it's relative, right? Usually after the first pass, like on my couple of those blades that are at 100 pack, it doesn't take that long to get, after one pass, I felt smoother than I did. Still, I need more passes, but hope that makes sense. So. Okay. Good. This blade is definitely just feels more comfortable. I feel like I can make quicker strokes. I feel like I can do more aggressive maneuvers. Did a little bit of Gillette slide there. I just feel like I can do more with it. And so far I've been able to. So that's good. Okay. Let's clean up the neck here. Yeah, I made a lot of lather. Too much. Okay, we're gonna do some blade buffing. Okay, that's actually pretty smooth. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Did have a little pimple right here that I opened up. It was a pimple, so it's hard to call that anything bad on the blade, FYI. But okay, that's my shave. Good. I'm gonna go ahead and pause you guys and clean up, and we'll be right back to discuss post-shave. Okay, so face is significantly smoother than it was after the 301. I'm still very lower neck I didn't get, but the rest right here is all BBS. So I got more BBS. This is more closer to what I try to achieve. Definitely a much better shave with the Dorco Prime. Will it be good enough to bump it into the next category? I don't know. Or will it just bump up higher in the good category? Time will tell. I realized while cleaning up I forgot to talk about price real quickly here. So let me just start off by saying it's pretty consistent across the board. You can also find them on eBay. It's not sold at West Coast Shaving or Italian Barber. Amazon sells them at $11.82 for a pack of 100, and Maggard sells them at $11.95 for a pack of 100. So, equates to roughly 12 cents a blade. Not outrageous by any stretch of the imagination, especially if you think you can get multiple shaves from these blades. I would try to get 6. That's what I usually try to do. I try to use a blade Sunday to Friday, and usually Saturdays I don't shave, although lately I have been shaving on Saturdays. But that's usually the way I do it, is that I pick a new blade on Sunday, go through Friday, toss it, don't shave Saturday, a new blade Sunday type of thing. But we'll see. Anyways, got my aftershave here. Going to go ahead and get that applied. Make sure that there's like no burning or anything like that. Okay. All right, good stuff. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was another good shave, the Dorco Prime. So far performing better than its predecessor, so the Dorco 301 and the 300. So really impressed so far with that blade. If you guys haven't joined us, hit us up at www.theshavingcadre.com. And aside from that, guys, I'll see you on the pages. Have a good one. Bye.